Emmanuel Macron's Secretary of State for European Affairs has admitted that cutting off power to Jersey residents this winter will not happen in a humiliating clampdown. France has twice threatened to cut electricity supply to the UK and Jersey in retaliation to its reduced fishing rights in the English Channel as part of the Brexit agreement. Once in May and again on Wednesday, French Minister Clement Beaune said on TV that reducing deliveries of electricity to Jersey was possible, but that France would not cut off power to every inhabitant of the island. The Brexit agreement signed at the end of last year allowed France to regulate the flow of energy supplies to the UK, Mr. Beaune said, but added, "I don't want it to reach that point, but it is one of the political possibilities." On the 29th of September, Jersey granted French vessels 64 licenses and rejected 75 applications, out of 169 requested by Paris the day before. The UK had granted an additional 12 licenses out of an 87 requested. We have requested a little over 450 licenses in total, Mr. Beaune claimed. We will stand firm on the 450. He threatened again to take targeted retaliatory measures against the UK if it continues not to implement the Brexit agreement. The British need us to sell their products, including fisheries. They need us for their energy, for their financial services, for their research centers. Mr. Beaune said if the British don't respect their part of the agreement, we won't do 100% of our part. As per the Brexit agreement reached with the EU, 25% of the EU's fishing rights in UK waters will be transferred over to the UK from 2021 to 2026. However, the majority of that 15% will be transferred in 2021, with a further 2.5% being transferred over in the following 4 years. This adjustment period allows EU fishers time to get used to the new arrangements. They have until the 30th of June 2026, after which there will be annual negotiations to decide how the catch is shared between the UK and the EU. By 2026, it is estimated that UK boats will have access to an extra £145 million of fishing quota every year. Particularly, French fishermen have reacted angrily to the new agreement. 2 Royal Naval River-class patrol boats, HMS Seven and HMS Tamer, were sent to Jersey in May, after French fishermen threatened to blockade Jersey's harbour in protest over a perceived lack of access to its waters despite being a British Crown dependency. Jersey receives 95% of its electricity from France via undersea cables. At the Conservative Party conference, Brexit Minister Lord Frost hit back at France's threats by calling it unreasonable to suggest the UK was acting in bad faith. He questioned why the EU resorts to threats quite quickly. For all the frustrations of the last 18 months, and particularly since January, I don't think we as a country have resorted to those sort of threats, Lord Frost said at a fringe event. I know people get frustrated with the way we behave, but we have not made those kinds of direct threats to our neighbors. The vaccine export ban earlier this year is another area where the EU resorts to legalism. It resorts to threats quite quickly, and I just think that is not how we should behave. We don't. And I don't see why our neighbors feel they have to. Earlier this year, EU countries threatened to block shipments of the COVID-19 vaccine to the UK when AstraZeneca said it would fulfill its contractual obligation to Britain first, after Britain signed a deal for 100,000 doses well before the EU made a similar arrangement.